Welcome in this new episode, How to Develop Your Intuition and Believe in It. First of all, what is intuition? Here's what the dictionary says. Direct, immediate knowledge of the truth without recourse to reasoning. An irrational, unverifiable feeling that something is going to happen, that something exists. So, intuition is our little voice speaking to us, inside us. It's there to guide us. Why do we need a guide? As you probably know by now, we are not just a physical body with a brain, and scientists and physicists have proved that consciousness can't be found in the brain. That's something I could develop in another episode. What's important today is to understand that a part of us is in consciousness and outside space-time. We can call it our soul, our angel. It doesn't really matter. What's essential is to know that this part of us, which is in the other side of the universe, the side not made of matter, has knowledge. It knows what it came to do when it incarnated in the body we have. So, it knows the best roads we can take to reach our destination. She probably chose to come into this body to experience matter, which is not possible where she is. We are on a magnificent planet with an incredible diversity of everything, beings, all living things, landscape, activities, emotions, etc. One's consciousness, I mean a piece of it, is enclosed in the vehicle that is our body and our mind. This consciousness is conditioned by the matrix in which we live. So, we function more in automatic mode like robots than something else. We think we are making choices with our minds, but our minds are not only conditioned, they are also prisoners of time. It creates and firmly believes in the past and the future. Time is illusory, and so is the reality in which we live. This reality is created by consciousness from our vehicle. In fact, we perceive it through it, our senses. Then you may begin to understand the need to receive your intuitions. It's this information from your soul that's going to get you out of prison. It will enable you to access pure creativity, which is not possible in the mind. Like a computer, it repeats the programs it knows. So there is nothing new with it. Sometimes life forces you out of this dormant mode through shock or illness. These people know what I am talking about because the shocks catapults them into another version of themselves. It breaks them out of the prison and makes them see life differently. Because it's all about seeing instead of operating with their eyes closed. That's why so many people say it's difficult to access their intuition, their little voice. You know, it's subtle, unlike the mind, which has a big voice that wants to impose itself and be listened to. It's as if it's afraid of change. With that in mind, let's talk about intuition. So it's subtle, like a little voice. It is outside the realm of reason, and that's why it's often rejected. But haven't you often said to yourself, "Oh dear, I knew I shouldn't have done that, so next time I will listen to myself"? It's funny because then you forget and you don't listen to yourself again. That's why I am doing this episode. By listening to it, you will simply become aware of how you work. We are clarifying it here. You will become more aware of your intuition. To do so, you must first be aware that it exists, and you must listen to it. Then, you can choose whether or not to follow it. That's another matter. So, to perceive it, you have to make an effort, because the mind is very good at creating a big cloud around your head. So, you have to settle down and calm down. Take time to relax. Just a few minutes a day will transform your ability to hear your little voice. Sit down in a quiet place and breathe into your body, which will bring your attention down from your head, your mind, to your body. Of course, attention quickly returns to the mind, especially at the beginning, which is why I am talking about efforts. Then, come back to your breathing, to your body, and observe. Other solutions: how to do breathing exercise with full breaths in the belly, lying quietly for a few minutes each day. Also at your desk, on your chair, take breaks like this is a physical body. You can also go out in nature. It's magical. Nature reconnects you with yourself, which is why it feels so good. So anything that brings you back to your inner self is good. Remember to relax, taking breaks, and listen to what's going on inside you. That way, when an intuition comes, you will hear it as if by magic, even if it comes outside this period of calm, which is often the case. You will know it's your little voice by observing how your mind speaks to you. What's more, when the mind has the upper hand, notice that your body tenses up. An intuition is a piece of information that often arrives without any initial emotion. It's very subtle and light, and doesn't repeat itself the way the mind does. And it's devoid of reason, of course. How can we trust it? In other words, how can we trust ourselves? Here's an experience for you. Sit quietly. Breathe. Do this for 3 or 4 minutes, and then ask your soul to help you with something that's bothering you at the moment, or something that's difficult to resolve or choose. Then let go of it. You have handed this problem over to your soul. In other words, to the part of you that knows everything. Why this problem is in your life, how to get rid of it, and so on. It may be a trigger it has chosen to experience through you. So, it is in a good position to solve it or lighten your load. In fact, according to the book A Course in Miracles and Sylvain Duboulet, we should always hand everything over to our soul or spirits, as he calls it. The next thing to do is to work on your self-confidence, little by little. As you establish a relationship with your soul, you will see or hear its answers. They can come from signs from the universe, synchronicities, your inner voice, something that speaks to you alone. So it's really a question of practicing our true divine nature and listening to ourselves, because our soul is still us. When you choose to follow your intuition, you will feel joy. You will feel it all the more as you create this intimate link with your soul. This joy is not earthly joy, so to speak. It's an indescribable joy that comes from within you and can appear in the midst of a painful trigger. So it's truly miraculous to follow your intuition. All the more so as you will then be helped on your way. Even if trials appear because you are changing your life. Your inner connection, where you know you are in the truth of your being, in your authenticity, is priceless. That's what you will want to follow because you feel wonderful inside. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and that it will enlighten you from my perception and experience of intuition. Not everything is said here, but if you are interested, leave me a comment with your questions and topics, and I will be able to answer you with other fascinating episodes. Take care and see you soon, dear friends.